The front door creaked open slowly. Rainwater dripped from the coat of the man standing in the doorway. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Jane's heart pounded loudly inside her chest. She had never seen this man before in her life. Yet the way he looked at her, it felt like he already knew her. The man stepped inside the house and gently closed the door behind him. Then he smiled, a calm, unsettling smile. "I've been waiting," he said. Jane instinctively stepped backward. Who are you?" The man didn't answer immediately. Instead, his eyes moved around the house slowly, studying everything. The family pictures on the wall, the empty living room, the silence that now lived inside the house. Then his gaze returned to Jane. "You're stronger than I expected," he said quietly. Jane's voice trembled. "You shouldn't be here." The man chuckled softly. "Oh, but I should." He took another step forward. "I was there that night." The words froze the air. Jane felt the blood drain from her face. "That night," she whispered. "The accident," the man said. Her heart began pounding violently. "You saw it?" The man nodded slowly. "I saw everything." Jane's legs felt weak. "Then why didn't you help us?" For the first time, the man's smile disappeared, because it was already too late. The silence between them grew heavier. Then the man reached into his coat pocket. Jane's heart jumped in fear, but instead of a weapon, he pulled out a small card. He placed it gently on the table. "If you ever want to know the truth about what happened to your family," he paused, "call me." Jane stared at the card. Before she could ask another question, the man turned and walked toward the door. Then he stopped. Without turning back, he said one final sentence. "Be careful who you trust." And then he left. The door closed, leaving Jane alone once again. But now, her mind was filled with something even more dangerous than grief. Questions. The next morning arrived too quickly. Sunlight filled the quiet house, but it did nothing to warm Jane's heart. Everything felt empty. The laughter, the voices, the warmth of her family, gone. Uncle Sam arrived shortly after sunrise. He looked exhausted. His eyes immediately softened when he saw Jane. "Have you packed your things?" he asked gently. Jane nodded. "Yes." Her voice was barely above a whisper. Uncle Sam looked around the house one last time, then he sighed. "You can't stay here alone, Jane. You'll come and live with us now." Jane didn't argue. She simply picked up her small bag and the leather briefcase that contained her father's mysterious letter. Uncle Sam's house stood on a crowded street across the city. It was smaller, older, but that wasn't what made Jane uncomfortable. The moment she stepped inside, she felt something was wrong. Standing in the living room was Auntie Vera, her uncle's wife, and from the moment their eyes met, Jane knew one thing immediately. This woman did not want her here. "So this is the girl?" Auntie Vera said coldly. Uncle Sam nodded. "Yes. She'll stay with us." Auntie Vera folded her arms. "We already have 3 children. This house is not a charity home." The words stung like sharp knives, but Uncle Sam's voice became firm. "She's family." Auntie Vera said nothing, but the expression on her face spoke louder than words. 3 children walked into the room, 2 girls and 1 boy. The older girl, Rita, examined Jane like she was something unpleasant. "So, this is our new sister?" she said sarcastically. The second girl, Remy, laughed. "She looks boring." Jane lowered her eyes. But before the tension could grow worse, a small boy stepped forward. He was about 10 years old. His name was Tundi. Unlike the others, his face carried kindness. He smiled gently at Jane. "I'm sorry about your family," he said quietly. Jane felt something warm inside her chest. For the first time since the accident, someone had shown her compassion. "Thank you," she whispered. But Auntie Vera's voice cut through the moment. "Tundi, go to your room." The boy obeyed slowly, but before disappearing down the hallway, He turned back and gave Jane a reassuring smile. That night, Jane learned the truth. This house would never be a home. At dinner, Auntie Vera placed food on the table, but when Jane reached for a plate, Auntie Vera stopped her. "The family eats first. Guests eat later." Uncle Sam looked uncomfortable, but he said nothing. Jane slowly pulled her hand back. She waited quietly while everyone else ate. Only after they finished did Auntie Vera place a small plate of leftovers in front of her. Cold rice, cold soup, humiliation. But Jane said nothing. Because when life takes everything from you, you learn how to endure. Later that night, a gentle knock sounded on her bedroom door. Jane opened it. It was Tundi. He held a small plate, fresh food. "I saved this for you," he whispered. "You barely ate." Jane's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you," she said softly. Tundi smiled. "My mom can be difficult. But don't worry, I'm on your side." For the first time since losing her family, Jane felt slightly less alone. But something else was happening far away. Inside a police station across the city, Inspector Jack studied the accident report again. The brake lines had been cut. Someone had sabotaged the car, which meant one thing. The crash had not been an accident. It had been murder. And the biggest mystery remained unanswered. Why had only one person survived? The inspector looked at the survivor's name again, Jane Gentry. Then he whispered quietly to himself, "Someone wanted that girl alive." Meanwhile, in a dark office building across town, the mysterious man from the house sat behind a desk. He looked at a photograph. It showed Jane standing beside the 5 coffins at the funeral. He smiled slowly. Then he picked up his phone. "Keep watching her," he said. "She doesn't know it yet, but she's the key to everything." Back in Uncle Sam's house, Jane lay awake in bed, her mind replaying everything: the accident, the strange man, her father's letter. Trust no one. Just as she closed her eyes, her phone vibrated. An unknown number. A message appeared. "The accident was not meant to kill you." Jane's heart nearly stopped. Then another message arrived. "It was meant to silence your father." A third message appeared, and it contained something terrifying. A photograph. A photo taken the night of the accident, and standing beside the damaged car was someone Jane recognized: Uncle Sam.